Hello, good evening. Ooh, a bit bright again tonight, aren't we? There we go. I'll turn that down for now. There we go. Doesn't want to turn. There we go. Oh, nope. Anyway, we'll need it back in a minute. So good evening. It is Wednesday, so we're going to be having a play. Since I put our Crafty Jack back on our website, I think I did it yesterday, quite a few of you have popped him in your basket, both of them. So I'm going to do a bloke's card tonight using Crafty Jack, because it is, I've got to admit, it is one of the very first, it's not the first, one of the first stamps that I ever designed. So he does have a bit of a special place. So we're going to be playing with that, with some distress inks, and just making a lovely, quick, easy bloke's card tonight. So I hope that sounds okay. Evening, Maxine. Hi, Debbie. So that's my plan. Yeah, we'll just have a play. So should we get going? I'm super organised. I've got my inks ready and I've cut my card as well. I know, shocking, isn't it? I'm gonna have to move my light again now. See, looks like we're in the dark ages when we do it that way. There you go, that's better. I can see what I'm doing now. It's because I've left the other light on over there. Right, anyway, so I have got Big Crafty Jack, the original, that one, and I've got Little Crafty Jack. I'm not sure if we're going to use little one or not, but we'll see. It says the little one, you can see the difference in size. There we go. And I've also got a saying, I did want happy birthday, but I couldn't find it at the last minute. So I have got you're an awesome friend. Oh, actually, I did. I picked up birthday wishes, so we might use that instead. And then colour-wise, I've literally got red and blue. I've got a fire brick, and I've got prize ribbon, because I think those are really nice colours. I'm not using festive berries because literally, if I touch festive berries, it goes everywhere. Yeah, it looks like a crime scene on my desk. So we're going to stick with fire brick and a bit of prize ribbon. I can't be the only one that has trouble with festive berries, because it does. Mine just goes everywhere. And what I've done is I've cut myself a nice 8-inch card. You can see I've got that lovely rich red background, and I've got my 7.5 base that we're going to work on. So I just need to get myself a stamp block that my big stamp will fit on, so bear with a second because you can't see what's on this stamp block. So I've been playing with something else that you can't quite see just yet. There we go. So I'm going to pop that on here. Evening, Rachel. I'm just going to take Crafty Jack off. There we go. And we're going to pop it on. And because he's such a big stamp, I'm going to roll it on like we would with a poly plate. We're going to basically treat him tonight like he is a poly plate, because we're going to ink him up. Very similar to what we did on our last craft along with our colours. So I am going to start off with my red, because out of these two, evening Mum, the red is my paler out of the two. Yep, so my fired brick. So I'm going to start off with that one, and I'm just going to splat it. I'm going to do a bit up in that corner, a bit down here. I'm not making sure it goes in the right places. We'd be here a wee while if we were doing that. I'm just going to get the idea of red and blue on there. So let's just get my blue. Don't know why I'm holding that up in the air. I'm just filling in the gaps that I've just made. And again, I'm using distress ink, not oxide. Oxide would be adding our colours separately. Right, so can you see I've got a bit of red and I've got a bit of blue on there. Now I'm going to do is spritz it. So I'm going to turn to the side to do that, because I want it to react. There we go. So just like we did on our craft along, you want nice little bubbles appearing on your stamp. There we go. Let's just lift that up. Got that one. I'm going to clean this off because I want to ink him up again. So you can do this with any stamp, any big stamp that's got a lot of design area on it, so it's got a lot of yeah, raised bits basically. This technique works really well. I'm just drying it off. And then we're going to do exactly the same again. So I'm going to start with my red. I'm going to go in the same areas as well. There we go. And then we're going to grab our blue. I did say it was going to be a quick one tonight, didn't I? There we go. So we've got our red and our blue. I'm going to spritz it again. Okay. And we're going to pop this one down here. Oh, nearly down there. And I'm itching to pop a little bit of what month will it be? Next month's monthly make on here, but I'm not. I'm going to be a good girl. It's not been released yet, so instead I'm going to put, I Can Spy Happiness on there. Just pop a little bit of happiness on there. Or actually, I can use this month's monthly make. That would actually work really well. Right, so I'm just cleaning off my stamp. There we go. Because you just know, me and red, it doesn't end well. It goes everywhere. And then I'm just going to blot here. Can you see where I've got this big pile of ink there? I'm just going to blot that off. And that bit there too. Maybe that bit and that bit. I'm going to dry this bit next, I think. I was going to go cleaning, simple, but you can tell I'm changing my mind already. It doesn't take much for me to change my mind, does it? Yep, come on. Still a bit soggy. There we go. Right, I'm going to pop a bit of the, ooh, I dropped everything on the floor then. I'm just looking for, there it is, I think it was on my desk, our birthday from this month's monthly make. We're going to use that one. And let me grab that. Oops. There we go. I didn't want to stick, did it? That's what comes when you've got a sticky desk. Yeah, it is a bit wet actually. Right, so I've got her birthday on there. I've stuck it on the wrong end now. There we go, that's better. Make it easier. And I'm just going to grab a little, I think I'm going to go with the blue because I don't want too much red. I know, I keep saying that. Me and red don't go. Don't know what it is. I think it's just one of those. I've told myself I don't work very well with red ink and I just avoid it now. So all I'm going to do in the background is just add a few little bits of our birthday. Pop that there. Oops. Not using too much. I'm not really bothered if it's inked up properly or not, because it's just the idea, isn't it? So I'm basically filling in the gaps. Yep, where my Crafty Jack isn't. There we go. It's going grungy. I did say I was going to keep it simple tonight. Not so much, it's changing. It's evolving. That's what crafting's about though, isn't it? Letting it, your idea evolve. Right, so I am going to take some red though, because I want a few little splatters in the background. Oops, there we go. I'm just going to pop a little bit on my table. You know how to do splatters. Pop a little bit on your desk and pick it up and splatter away. Like that. There we go, that'll do. Don't know why I picked more up then. Need to make sure it's out of my brush as well. There's nothing worse than picking up your brush in a couple of days' time and you're forgetting that you've not cleaned it out. You end up with all sorts of funny colours then. Okay. Right, I'm just going to dry that again. And then it's decision time. Just make sure you get all your little splatters. I thought it was dry then, it's nowhere near down in this bottom corner. Always one spot that doesn't want to dry. There we go. Right, so decision time, isn't it? Do we want to where's it gone? Pop another one right in the centre, or do we use a smaller one? I think I'm actually going to go with the big one. So I'm going to move that to one side, and I need a piece of card. And I might have cut my mat for behind this bit, but I forgot to cut a mat for this bit. It's alright, we can grab a guillotine in a minute, can't we? So I'm going to just ink him up. This is where I should have made sure I'd got it nice and dry and clean. So take your time with this one. Lots and lots of ink. You can see how much detail is in this stamp. Just make sure you ink it all over. There we go. Right. I'm just going to give it a quick stamp. I think I moved that when I popped it down. I was trying to be clever and make it so I don't have to chop it as much. I was trying to make sure I had an equal border is what I was trying to say. There we go, got a nice big bubble there, that's going to be fun. If you're not sure, take it off your desk, whap it over and do it that way. It should. There we go, nearly. My bubble didn't like me. And you can see where my red and my blue were. But that's okay. I'm going to give it a quick dry. Quick whiz with my heat gun. And I want to make sure this is really dry. I know I say this every time we use it. I'm using VersaFine Clair, and I'm going to be colouring over the top of it. So I want to make sure it's dry. Yeah, it does take a little bit longer. You can see them still coming off a little bit black. Okay. Right, I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to start with my red. Doesn't really matter, we've got to do both colours, don't we? I'm going to pop a bit of red on my desk. And then we're just going to start colouring it in. And we're not being precious at all. I nearly did the wrong bit then, didn't I? Just very loosely on our colours. We could sit and colour in all the cogs and things like that. I'm going for more of a rustic, that's the word I'm looking for, rustic approach to my colouring, my painting. You can just see we're just taking our little, what should be red we'll paint over in red, and what should be blue we're going to paint over in blue, even though I've got bits of blue from when we stamped it before on there. Ooh. That nearly ended badly, didn't it? There we go. And then we're going to grab our blue. Don't need much. And again, I am working with Distress inks, not oxides tonight. If I was working in my oxides, I'd be a little bit more careful, because once we've painted over our VersaFine Clair, it will leave like that chalky feel effect on it. Oops, close enough. I put too much red down, but not enough blue. Okay. I did splatter my page as well, so whoopsie. Yeah, going to need some more blue. I'm going to put this, I'm not going to add it to where it was because that's been watered down, so I'm just going above. Yeah, I've created a new patch on my desk, because if I'd put it on top of this, it's already had water, so my ink pad would have absorbed the water. So just always protect your ink pads. There we go. Right, so you can see it takes 2 minutes just to add a little bit of colour to it. And then blast out with my heat gun again. And the splashes that are on it. My own fault I got dropsies. Right, that should be okay. going to grab my guillotine. Again. We're going to put that around there like so. You can see how this is coming together, can't you now? What we might do, because it was super quick, we might do the more hang on, I'm liking that. The non-grungy one I was going to do. Bam, I'm liking the colours, and you can see it all works together because we've kept with the same colours, the same two red, the red and blue. Now I'm just having a look. You'll notice I've gone a bit quiet and a bit distracted because I'm just having a quick look to see if I can grab a happy birthday. The answer will be no. But what I can grab, is some red card that's rather squished, but no one's going to notice that, are they, when we've matte and laid it up in a second. Been really squished, this piece. So all doing is wanting that little red border around the edge again. There we go. See, no, no. It looks like, actually, to be fair, I've rolled over it with my chair at some point. But that does happen. I drop things and I forget when I stand up. It just gets rolled over. There we go. So you can see that's going to fit nicely in there. I want a really chunky text to go on it. I'm trying to think really quickly if I've got anything nearby. I have, but I can't use that. Oh, I'm gone. Oh, why are you on my desk? I don't know why you're on my desk, but we'll use it. So I have got our vintage guy ones. Perfect for this, aren't they? So we're going to do, oh, perfect, love it. I love it when you come across something on your desk. You guys have probably got really neat and tidy desks that, there we go, look. That you know where everything is. My desk kind of gets jumped on and off. I'm going to go with, you're not old, you're vintage, and it actually suits this stamp set really, really well, because he is a vintage one. Here's our Crafty Jack. Mr. Who actually made me laugh because he's never actually made Crafty Jack before, because we used to, in the very early days, very, very early days, we used to get them made for us, our stamps. And so I said to him, you know, you need to make Crafty Jack, and he was like, I've not got a negative for that. So, are you sure? You must have one somewhere. And we kept looking and looking. He's like, nope, not got a negative for that. And then it suddenly dawned on us that he will never have made it, because it was one that we used to get made back in the day when we had them made. So it made me laugh, that. So it might have been one of our very first stamps, but Mr. Ewitt never ever made it. He has now. I think he'll be making a few more this weekend too. There we go. I'll pop that there. So it got me thinking then, what else hasn't he made? There we go. Right. It is weird coming across a stamp he's never made. I'm just going to dry these because you know what happens when we pop it in my guillotine. All that lovely ink gets smudged away. We don't want that, do we? No, 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 no. You're not old, the correct term is vintage. Ooh. Just found something else. What I'm rooting for is, do you remember last week we had that beautiful blue ink, paper? Just seeing if I've got the other side of it to hand. Haven't. That's a bit rude, isn't it? My desk normally comes up trumps on what we want. I'm going to keep it red then, I think. So let's get this cut down. Guillotine, where have I put it? There. Can't see for looking. Maxine says never. Is that to a nice clean desk? I'm sure your desks would be way neater and tidier than mine. So you're not old. Looks pretty cool actually. Look at this vintage. There we go. I don't think, I don't know. I'll keep them there for the moment. I'm going to grab that. And I'm just going to grab some blue. Bear with 2 seconds because I think blue, we've used red. I want to use the blue as well, so just bear with 2 seconds while I just grab a piece. There we go, I did have a scrap left over. Roll my chair into the heater. So I'm just going to cut this roughly. That beautiful pearlescent that we used last week. There we go. I only want little borders because this is going to go over our Crafty Jack that we've just painted. So I want to make sure. We're still seeing a lot of it. There's that one. That's never going to work. There we go. Oops. First one was too fat, last second one was too narrow. That's okay. Oopsie. So I am going to stick this together. I hope you don't mind. I don't normally stick things together, do I? But I am tonight. Because if I don't, I've got too many pieces of paper. I've got that lovely big red mat. I don't use red enough. It is a beautiful colour. It's a very scary colour, but it's a scary colour to me. Let's grab this one. I'm trying to make up my mind. Am I going to do a bit of doodling? Might do. Might leave this one without the doodles. There we go. Put that one on that one. So it's just got a little one that we did a minute ago. See, no one should ever know that that piece of red was all well, look like it'd been run over, wheeled over. I'm going to pop that on there. Let's get these on here. I am going to do some doodling because it's not, especially around that one and around these little guys. I can't see that to do it. Trying to mat something up onto something that's the same colour. There we go. I'm going to grab my gel pen and we're just going to do, I think, scratchy lines, because we're going for that vintage look, aren't we? So very scratchy lines. Making sure I don't pop my finger on top of my gel pen, or else it's all just, oops, very sketchy lines. Look at them. And then we're going to do exactly the same around the edge here. I haven't left that big of border, so I need to be a little bit more careful. I'm going to go off onto the red as well. Oh, rebel. There we go. There's those two. And then, oh, I've just got 4 foam pads on this one. So I do realise I need to go and grab some more from the other ones. These are the super sticky ones. There we go. I'm going to pop that just in the centre. And then these two, I think I'm going to stick them actually. We're going to have, you're not old. The correct term is vintage or. Oh, the decisions. Might do it like that actually. Yep, I'm going to do it like that. I prefer it. Oops. Come on, glue. I'm just going to pop this down in the bottom corner. And pop this in the top corner. There we go. That was a super quick one, wasn't it? So should we do a really quick index card page in the style I was going to do this? Yep. So I have got, see, I grabbed that happy birthday, but it's a bit, it's too nice, isn't it? That needed a bit more grunge. Yep. So we're going to use our index card book. You get what I mean? It needed a more stronger, bolder font. And I think actually that's saying to it really well, hasn't it? So I'm going to move that to one side. I've not done an 8x8 card in a while. I'm trying to think when the last one was. Put on my nose, won't be a second. My hay fever's still playing up. I thought I'd got it under control yesterday. No, come back again. Well, it doesn't really go away, does it? So I am going to grab my little crafty jack for this one, because if I put my big crafty jack in here, it's literally going to fill my page, isn't it? So I'm just checking. Can move it in a little bit. So I have got my crafty jack, my little one, mini And should we go for more girly colours this time? Yep, because we've got a very traditional red and blue, red, white and blue. So this time I'm going to go for a bit of pink and purple, methinks. There we go. I said that without even looking if I had the colours to hand, and I did. So I'm going to grab, I've got pickled raspberry and wilted violet. So I'm just going to grab my pickled raspberry, my picked raspberry, not pickled. I'm going to do exactly the same as what we've just done. So I'm going to add my wilted violet just a little bit. And then we're going to give it a bit of a spritzeroo. And a quick stamp. I'm going to just change it up a little bit as we go. You know me. There's that one. Oh, too much water. Lost all the design. You've still got the idea of it, but there we go. So I've just taken my ink off. I'm going to do exactly the same this time. Well, less water, obviously. And a bit of purple. Little bit of a spritz this time. Might have overdone it again. I'm going into heavy-handed Harry mode here. Yeah, overspritzed. Right. So I'm going to pop that over there for a second. Let's get these two dried off. There we go. We might do a little bit of splashing on that in a second, but we will. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just see if Crafty Jack fits on there. Oh, perfect. So what I want this time is I want a bit of acetate. Oh, there we go. And I want my pink. Because I want a really nice mottled background. Oops, a daisy. It's because I'm rushing, isn't it? Slow down and it might work. There we go. There's my pink. Heat gun. Because if we don't heat gun, especially with your distress inks, it will turn to mud. Yep, distress inks will go to mud if you don't heat between each layer. Oxides you've got a bit of a fighting chance with. Inks, no chance. They are going to go to mud no matter what you want, no matter what you try and do. Come on. Yay, dry. Next, I want our wilted violet. Love these two colours together. They do look good, don't they? So I don't want as much of the wilted violet. And I won't spritz it quite as much this time. There we go. Back over there. This one dried off. So we've kept the same two colours as we had in our background. This one. And then I'm actually going to just clean this properly, only because of what happened last time. We got all different colours coming through, didn't we? So if I just give this a real quick wash, I know it's not ideal, but there we go. And I was looking for a piece of paper that we just coloured in then. It's right on my desk. Oops. There we go. I'm going to ink this one up. So this is the little one again. There we go. And I'm just going to whack it on here. Let's do it that way. It might not jump around as much. Oh, let's whack it on there, girl. We'll cut it out in a second. Give it a good press. This is where I hope I dried my back enough. Should be alright. There we go. So we've got our little crafty jack. Bit more heat gun. And we're not going to paint this one because we've already got that lovely background with our picked raspberry and wilted violet. Oops, a daisy. Again, we're just going to trim this one down. Leave myself a little bit more of a border this time. Oh, she said. Okay. And then I have got, do we go pink or purple? I think we're purple. Another bit of purple. So pop that behind. Oops. Oops, a daisy. I have pressed the button that I shouldn't have done, so just bear with me a second whilst I try and find my... I hope it's still there. I hope we're still streaming. Oh, we are, I think. 1 second. Oh, I've moved it over there. How have I done that? Anyway, we're still live. Oof! I got myself a new mouse because my old one, well, the left click stopped working, and you don't realise how much you need to left click on a mouse. And then Miss Rue found me another one that I could have, but the scroll didn't work on it. Oh, I didn't realise I scrolled as much. And so I had a choice, and I could either left click and not scroll, or no left click but be able to scroll, and it was driving me crackers. So I treated myself to a new mouse, and it's really sensitive, which is great for drawing and things like that, but it you know, it whizzes off and it does things like that where I just lost my program for a minute, but we're all right, we're all back. Whew. Thought I'd cut you all off. Right, anyway, I've just found a really good happy birthday there. Never mind, right, leave that there. So, background, quite liking it again. I am thinking, what do I want to pop with this one? Because it's in my index card book, isn't it? So I don't really need to put much with it. Let me have a quick look. A bit of a route in here. I'm thinking we might go for our awesome again, because I do like that one. I've got to admit, it is one of my favourites. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Awesome just because it's there. And so let's get this stuck together, and then we'll do a little bit of oh, come on, I've been naughty. I've been using my heat gun near my glue and I've left its lid off. And then I expect it to still want to glue. It's just laughing at me. There we go. Right. I'm going to open this back up because I want to do a little bit more stamping. We'll pop that there. We will go around with a gel pen on there as well. But you can see, just by changing up your colours, it doesn't have to be red, white and blue. It can be any colours. We've got pink, purple and white on this one. There we go. Just pull that back before I lose something else tonight. I'm going to pop that there. Now, if this was a card, you'd literally just pop your happy birthday on, wouldn't you? Whereas we are going to go with our Awesome. So I think what I'm actually going to do is, it's going to be tight. Will it fit? Will it fit? Let's have a look. You see where I'm going now, don't you? Oh, it will. It will. It'll just fit. So let's take that out the middle. Because when things start to come together, isn't it? So I am just flat sticking all this because, again, it is my index card book. It is just, there we go. We want to fit this between these two stamps because we know we just fit. There we go. I don't normally stick that down first, but with this one we are really tight. You can see how tight we are for space. So I'm sticking it down first, so I know that's stuck, and I can't stamp this in the wrong place now, can I? I really can't. Well, I probably could, knowing me, but oops, can't get me lid off. There we go. I think we need another, like, you are so awesome. You're so awesome, even. Because I do use this a lot. So we've got our Awesome. I know you can't really see it at the moment, and it's going on top of our doodads, but we'll sort that bit out. Oh, I don't need glue. I nearly put glue on my stamp. There we go. Just there. There we go. And then let me just go around. I nearly threw all my pens on the floor then. That would have been, take some tidying up. Oh, I've just blobbed that somehow. Don't even know how I've done it. I should have really gone over with my heat gun. No, I'm going to have to do this solid. I don't mind the back coming through, but it's just coming through a bit too much. If it was a card as well, I'd probably go for my glossy accents, but it's my little journal, my little index card book. There we go. I can't even colour it tonight. It does take concentration to colour it, doesn't it? There we go. Nearly done. I am just going to take a little bit of the ink out of my pen because you've got it going from pale to dark, haven't you, over there? So I'll do the same on this one. So it kind of matches. And just remember as well, the pen will be reactivating the distress ink. So anytime anything re-hits that distress ink, it will go wet and reactivate. So just bear that in mind if you're colouring over the top of things. The distress inks, oxides are the same, brush is the same. It's anything that's not permanent, basically. Would have been easier to say it that way the first time, wouldn't it? There we go. Nearly there. Well, that wasn't inside the line, was it? I think the word is better look next time without colouring. F for effort. That was the one. Right, there we go. So you're so awesome. There we go. And then because it is my journal, my little index card journal, I'm just going to pop the date, which is the 26th of August. No, April. I knew this year's going fast, but I didn't think it was August already. Anyway, so there you go. That was super quick, that, wasn't it? You can see how simple I was going to do the first one, but it turned out like that. So we went a bit more grungy and stuck with our red, white and blue. Whereas on this second one, I don't think I can get them both in the same picture. Yes, I can. What? Who am I kidding? There we go. You've got your lovely pinks and your purples. So wilted violet and picked raspberry, and that was fired brick and prized ruin for those two. There you go. Great for teen cards as well. You know, those teenagers or blokes cards. Great idea. You could do it in different blues, couldn't you, for that as well? So there you go. So, let me move that back again. I look like a ghost. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah, see? That's really bad, isn't it? There you go. There we go. Yep. For blokes, brilliant idea, aren't they? It is. It's a good little idea. Easy as well. Anyway, that's it from me tonight. I've babbled on enough. We're back on Saturday 10:30 for our craft along, looking at masking. So it is technique based, and we're going to go through it really, really slowly. So 10:30 on Saturday. Don't worry if you can't join us live. It will still be on our Facebook and our YouTube channels, so you can go and grab it anytime you want, and you can just craft along whenever you're ready. And then on Monday we're back, but I'm going to do it a little bit earlier, at about 2:30. I will confirm that though. I'm pretty sure I said 2:30. So we will be earlier on Bank Holiday Monday. So I do hope you can join me for Monthly Make Monday then. So yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. 2 pretty quick and easy cards, aren't they? But I do think they'll be useful ideas. So yeah, there you go. What else did we use? Oh, we used the vintage guy sayings as well. That was the other set we used. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you on Saturday for our craft along. So take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.